Sebastian Gorka is an intelligence analyst who was deputy assistant to the United States President Donald J. Trump in 2017. He resigned because he believed White House officials were undermining the Make America Great platform. He's currently a Fox News contributor. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Sebastian Gorka.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's a distinct honor for me to be here today to address you. I really cannot add anything truly substantive to the grief and to the message that you see borne witness to here, and to the concrete examples that you just heard from Kellyanne. So I'll just take a very short amount of your time to perhaps give a slightly different perspective from me, because I'm a legal immigrant to the United States. I chose this country, and perhaps that gives me a specific perspective on the nature of this issue, on the wall and on reforming immigration. And then secondly, I'd like to talk to you about the man I worked for, Donald Trump, and his dedication to this issue that has brought us here today. So, very firstly, we need to understand what happened in the election of November 2016. On the one hand, we had an outsider, a total outsider, who owed nothing to this swamp. He didn't know anything to the establishment on left and right, and that in part is why he won. On the other hand, we had a representative of an ideology who stated, and this is now out there, the transcript has been leaked. Hillary Clinton said in a speech to bankers that her vision as candidate for the highest office in the land, her vision is for a borderless hemisphere, meaning no borders from Canada all the way down to South America. If we have no borders in our hemisphere, then the word America ceases to have meaning. There is no America left. We are a nation of tradition, of culture, of values, of founding principles. If we have no borders, we cease to exist. So that was the stakes of the election. And thanks to the good Lord, the right candidate won. Now, my perspective as a legal immigrant is a very simple one. And I know the liberals and the radicals will not agree, but that's okay. Nobody has a right to be an American. I'm sorry, you don't. The idea that if they wanted to, 7 million people could come here, walk across the border illegally, and then suddenly, by magic, they become Americans, wrong. Wrong. You get to be an American if you believe in the principles upon which this nation was founded, irrespective of your ethnic background, irrespective of your skin color, irrespective of your gender, but you must agree to and buy into our common cultural Judeo-Christian heritage. Beyond that, it is very clear in the US Constitution that one person and one person alone gets to decide if you are a threat to this nation and are allowed in. And it's not the Supreme Court, it's not the Democrat Party in opposition, it's not a judge in Hawaii. The one person who constitutionally has the right to define whether or not you are a threat to all Americans is the incumbent president. And that is why, despite all the garbage fake news about the totalitarian and despotic tendencies of the current president, we began on the first weekend of the administration, myself, Kellyanne, defending the travel ban. When it was challenged legally, we went through all the required processes until what? Until the highest court in the land agreed. The president decides if you are a threat, and it is his prerogative and his right alone. What do you need to know about that man? First things first, I want you all those here, those watching, those listening, I want you to have faith. Have faith. Stand tall. Never give up. Why? Because Donald J. Trump will never give up and he will never betray you. Let me share with you an example of this man's intestinal fortitude, his moral courage, which doesn't have to do with the border, but it has to do with principle. I can share with you because a cabinet member told me, I'm not allowed to say which cabinet member, but a cabinet member shared a story with me that tells you everything you need to know about Donald Trump. The cabinet was debating the issue of recognizing Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. And the majority of the cabinet told the president, don't do it, sir. Don't move the embassy. Don't recognize Jerusalem. In fact, and this is shocking, only 3 cabinet members supported the president. Only 3. So they were in the minority. What was Donald Trump's response? He said, recognizing Jerusalem as the capital of the eternal state, the eternal Jewish state, is something I promised the American people. I promised our friends in Israel, our closest allies in the Middle East. Oh, and by the way, it's the right thing to do, so I'm doing it. He knows that building the wall is the right thing to do. Reforming our utterly decrepit and bankrupt immigration system is the right thing to do. The idea, just 2 examples, the idea that when you apply for a visa to come to America, the Obama administration forbade the State Department from looking at your social media posts because that was personal information. I mean, that's insanity. That's not even an SNL skit. It's suicide. Your Facebook postings are not private. They're a door into your mind, into what you believe in. And that is how 2 people entered the United States legally and then proceeded to kill their 14 co-workers at a Christmas party in San Bernardino. Because that woman's social book postings were not looked at before she applied for a visa, and so we had a jihadi attack at a Christmas party. Likewise, the idea of catch and release, that we can have individuals who are arrested, convicted 5, 6, 7 times and then allowed into our communities, is likewise national suicide. And that is why these policies are being changed and will be changed. So lastly, I have no right to demand this, but I will tell you what I will do. I'm a Christian, but I don't have it in my heart to forgive these people. I'm not that great a man. But I also will never forget the names of these individuals, whether it's Molly Tibbetts, whether it's Kate Steinle. You choose whether you forgive, but we must never forget, and we will never give up. Likewise, Donald J. Trump will never give up on you, because this is a house. America is a home. And when you go to sleep at night, you lock the front door, not because you hate everything outside your home, but because you wish to protect your loved ones inside your home. The border is our front door, and Donald Trump is the only person who gets to hold the key. We will secure this home. We will not have sanctuaries for illegal criminals. We will have one sanctuary for all Americans, and those who believe in America. God bless you and thank you.